Chloe and welcome to my channel.
Just be me.
It has once again been a hot minute since I filmed a video. I am sorry, but I'm back and I'm here and I look like a sparkly little fairy princess and I love it. So, today's a good day. Honestly though, look at my hair. This is not my real hair. I mean, I don't think it looks like my real hair anyway, so I don't think there's any confusion going on, but look how cute this is. These extensions from INH Hair, I will link them down below. I am absolutely obsessed with these. These are so cute. Anyway, let's get on to the video. So one of the most common things that happens to not just me, but so many other autistic people when we tell someone that we're autistic is the first reaction being, but you don't look autistic, or you can't be autistic because insert absolutely ridiculous opinion right here. So what I thought might be really fun today, because I absolutely love getting you guys involved, is asking you guys what the weirdest reason that you have been told you can't be autistic is. I asked this video over on my Instagram account, so if you guys would like to be involved in other videos, make sure to go ahead and follow the account so you guys can get involved, get all the latest updates and details. I've done a lot of stories in my time, I've done a lot of polls, I've done a lot of questions on Instagram in my time, and this question, this response has by far been the biggest response that I have ever gotten. Like, this is, like, that's a lot. Like, it's still, I have never received that many responses on anything for anything, which goes to show that our world and our autism diagnostic criteria is so completely backwards, because these are people from all different walks of life, of all different genders, of all different ethnicities, all saying that they have been told in the past that they cannot be autistic because. And this is such an important thing that we need to bring to light, because this isn't just something that is affecting the individual person. This isn't just, oh, that's a little bit annoying that someone thinks I'm not autistic, oh well, move on with our day. This response is affecting autism as a whole globally. The way that human beings work is we take what we see for face value, and the way that we see autism, the only thing that we're ever given on autism is fear-mongering based criteria, Hollywood based stereotypes, and completely inaccurate, completely poorly educated information. This affects autism in what seems to be more trivial ways, such as the way that it's perceived in television and movies, and the way that people think that autistic people are supposed to be, but it also affects autistic people on a much more important scale. It affects autistic people to the point that doctors themselves don't even understand what actual autism criteria is, and are also basing their understanding based on autism-based stereotypes that they have seen from the media. I've been told from a literal doctor that I cannot be autistic on account of the fact that I am a girl and that I can make eye contact, and therefore scientifically cannot be autistic. Someone needs to revoke that dude's doctor's license, but there we go. It goes to show how imprinted this stereotype is on our entire society, to the fact where it is literally affecting doctors and psychologists' ability to be able to correctly diagnose us. I face my fair share of experiences of you can't be autistic because, and the list goes on and on. I think I've made a video about that in the past. I definitely will make further videos about it, but I wanted to reach out to you guys. I wanted to see more experiences. I wanted to see more reasons why people have been told that they cannot be autistic. As I said, there is thousands of answers here, so let's get started.
I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
Okay, first of all, the one that has already come up so many times, you're a girl. This is such a stereotyped idea of what autism is. So many people, including doctors, refuse to diagnose women that are autistic simply because they are women. The two different sexes tend to present autism in very, very different ways. Born males tend to present autism in the much more stereotyped way that we understand and see autism as a society, whereas women tend to present in entirely different ways and are also much more socially aware, therefore can mask their symptoms better. Most autistic women will, instead of getting an autism diagnosis, will often be diagnosed instead as having bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, or depression, despite the fact that it is in fact autism, and will have to go to many doctors to get that confirmation of diagnosis. Another one that is here consistently is I don't look autistic. I've made a video about this in the past of silly things to say to autistic people, but this is one that just absolutely does not make sense to me, but also is very obviously because of our based stereotypes from Hollywood, from media, from movies. When we think of autism, many of us will think of a white, cisgender, maybe 30 to 40-year-old man who is very, very awkward at social interactions, who looks a specific way, as in physically looks a specific way. That's not what autism is. You cannot tell my brain based on the way that I look. You cannot look at someone and go, that's an autism. That is, yep, that is an autism. You can't do that. Autism is so diverse, and the way that we look, the way that we present ourselves, and this isn't just on like, oh, you wear makeup or you dress nice or whatever. This is literally based on the person's physical appearance, that some people automatically assume you can't be autistic. And this is so deeply because of the way that Hollywood has consistently continued to present autism in the exact same way time and time again. I urge you to have a look at literally any single autism movie, any single movie that has an autistic person in it. They all look the same. They are all the exact same character type. That isn't what autism is. So therefore, when there is someone that is not that exact character type, they're going to automatically be seen as they can't be autistic, which is ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. My son, daughter, blank is autistic and they are nothing like you. This is another huge one that people use to invalidate autistic people's experiences consistently. Bottom line is, every single autistic person is different, just like every single neurotypical person is different. Therefore, no two people are going to be the same. No two people are going to present the same. No two people are going to look the same. No two people are going to have the exact same types of autistic traits. Therefore, your son, your daughter, your blacksmith's, baker's, daughter's fish is not going to be the same sort of autistic as I am. Autism is incredibly diverse, which is another reason why we need to drop this idea of a linear line of autism and start seeing it as a color palette, as a circle, as a pie. It is not a linear line, as in some people are a different level of autism, but that autism is a color where every single person is a different part of that color and every single person is a different type of autism. No two autistic people are going to be the same. You're too pretty to be autistic. Girl, I'm pretty because I'm autistic. Next question. There are so many people here saying you can't be autistic because you're too smart, you're highly intelligent, you're too intelligent. Daddy Einstein says hi. Mozart was autistic. Elon Musk is autistic. He's a disgusting human being, but you get what I'm trying to say. If you have a look at the top people in just about any industry, I can guarantee you they're autistic. So people that are using, oh, you're too smart to be autistic, don't know anything. You act so normal, or you can hold a normal conversation. Yeah, it's called masking, Karen. Move over. Because I have a child. This just in, autistic people cannot have children. It's actually impossible. We're like mules. We cannot have children. The more you know. There's a lot of people here saying things like, you're not autistic, you just need to fit into social standards better. You're not autistic, you just need to learn social cues better. You're not autistic, you're just having a bad day. You're not severely autistic, so it doesn't count. And this stuff absolutely breaks my heart, because it is entirely taking away and diminishing the struggles that we have had to get to the level that we are currently at. Low functioning autism and high functioning autism do not exist. They never have existed. And those that you deem high functioning because of the way that you are viewing them are only deemed high functioning because of what they have been able to achieve and because of what they have been able to do to fit into your idea of the ideal standard of a human being. You don't see what happens in the back end. You don't see what is happening when the lights go out and when there was no one around them. You don't see the breakdowns. You don't see the meltdowns. You don't see the burnouts. You don't see the absolute struggles that these people have had to go through to get to where they are. An autistic person that needs to just try harder to fit into social standards is already doing absolutely beyond everything they can, more so than any neurotypical person will ever understand, just to get to that level that they are currently at. And the idea of trying to fit into that level or getting to the point that they currently are is often going to be so exhausting that that person is going to collapse at home for probably days or weeks on end just to survive. I've made a couple of videos on masking in the past. I urge you guys to go and have a look at them to get a better understanding of what masking is and how it can impact us, and why, although it looks like it benefits us in society, it actually does nothing but hurts us. We don't need to try harder because we are already trying harder than you will ever understand. We don't need to fit your social standards because those social standards are made up. Change them. We don't need to change. Because I laugh too much and because I'm too happy. Correct, autistic people are emotionless beings. We do not show emotions. Emotions are for the weak and for the neurotypical. A lot of people here are being told that they can't be autistic because they are too kind, because they are too empathetic, because they can show emotion. Autistic people are not robots. Autistic people are human beings. We just sometimes struggle with the concept of other people's emotions because of how deeply it impacts us, and because other people don't always showcase their emotions the way that they should be. Someone will say that they're sad and be smiling about it. Someone will be crying and they're actually happy. How are we supposed to understand that? We don't not understand the concept of a human being sad or disappointed or happy or excited or frustrated. We sometimes just have difficulty with understanding how to showcase that ourselves and understanding how you guys are showcasing that. Autistic people, particularly autistic women, are some of the most empathetic people in the world. In fact, it is a huge diagnostic criteria for empathy. Empathy is a big part of being autistic. Showcasing that empathy or reacting to that empathy is a different story. However, autistic people themselves are extremely empathetic people. There's a lot of commenters saying that because they can look people in the eyes and because they can make eye contact, they automatically can't be autistic. Girl, I've gotten this so many times. I've had so many people say to me, you can't be autistic, you're looking at me in the eye. For some reason, the whole making eye contact thing is one of the biggest thing that people that aren't doctors, and honestly doctors too, consider to be like the make or break of an autism diagnosis. Like, you could literally have every single other trait under the sun. You could be the picture perfect autistic individual, but you could make eye contact and they'd be like, oops, sorry, not you. You can't be autistic because you know how to make eye contact. Faker. I don't enjoy making eye contact. I very often don't make eye contact. If I notice that I'm making eye contact, I automatically become extremely uncomfortable. But I also understand that in some social situations, making eye contact is the polite, correct thing to do, particularly within my line of work. I don't enjoy making eye contact, and it becomes extremely difficult for me to make eye contact. I also won't be able to listen to a person because I can only focus either on their eyes or their voice. But I do know how to do it, and many autistic people can easily make eye contact without it affecting them at all or only affecting them minimally. Again, eye contact is one diagnostic criteria out of hundreds. If you can make eye contact as an autistic person, congratulations, you're still autistic. Because you don't seem autistic. My favorite response to this is just straight up asking them, and what does someone that is autistic seem like then? And then just watch them fumble over completely ridiculous stereotypes that are very clearly not based in the real world. Because I'm an adult. Correct. Autistic children die young. No one over the age of 12 is autistic. Autistic children die young. You can't be autistic as an adult. They don't exist. Kidding, they all do exist because we've all had vaccinations. Balls in your court, anti-vaxxers. Someone said because I hate trains. Fair. Sorry, autistic people have to like trains. I got told recently, my biggest hyperfixation is the Titanic. You can't see it, but I have a Titanic poster up there. I have Titanic things all in my room. It's been my biggest hyperfixation since I was like 2. And with that in mind, I've always been a very proud, I'm autistic and I'm not a train stereotype. And then someone on TikTok recently told me, but it's the Titanic, not just a sea train. Girl, I tell you what. I've been avoiding the stereotype my whole life, and I just realized that I am the stereotype. Anyway, fun fact, you can be autistic and not like trains. That is a thing. Apparently. I wouldn't know on account of the fact that I apparently am obsessed with a sea train, which I'm still getting over. Because I'm bad at math. Girl, me too. I didn't even pass grade 4 math, and yet here I am, still as autistic as ever. So many here, so many to the fact that I am absolutely going to make this an entire series if you guys want it. But there is one more thing that I do want to bring attention to. A lot of people here are saying that they have been told that they can't be autistic because they haven't got an official diagnosis. I really want to make an entire video about this. I think this is a very important thing to make an entire video about. Not having an official diagnosis does not mean that you are not autistic. The autism diagnostic criteria that we currently know is based on a racist, classist, sexist platform that doesn't cater towards our most vulnerable people. Therefore, it doesn't cater towards any of us. If our most vulnerable people that are autistic are being told that they cannot be autistic simply because of their race, their class, their gender, then how can we actually use this as a proper diagnostic tool? While yes, getting a clinical diagnosis is better, it does not mean that you're not autistic because our current system does not cater towards you. If you have done your research, if you have done your tests, who are we to exclude someone from a group that they feel safe in just because they haven't got a piece of paper that tells them that they are absolutely supposed to be in this group? It doesn't make any sense. Is that not what society has done to us for our entire lives? If you identify as autistic, regardless on whether or not you have a clinical diagnosis, hi, welcome to the family. You are completely valid in who you are and in your identity, regardless on whether or not you have a piece of paper to prove that. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. There is so many more responses there, and I am so excited to do more videos about this if that is something that you guys want to see. And if you guys have got any other crazy experiences of people telling you that you can't be autistic, let me know down in the comments below because I love seeing this sort of stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys are looking after yourselves. I hope you guys are staying hydrated. I hope you guys are staying kind to yourself and staying kind to other people. If you guys would like to like, subscribe, comment, I don't mind. Do it if it makes you feel good. Do it if it makes you feel happy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Just be me.